Greetings, whiskey folk, and welcome back to 3-Minute Thoughts. Today you're going to hear my 3-minute thoughts, or thereabouts, on the Alberta Premium Cask Strength Rye. Cool bottling. So uniqueness of flavour first off, I don't think it's particularly unique. Honestly, the flavour in this is just standard Canadian rye flavour that you will find in an awful lot of different bottlings. Ramped up a little bit because it's 100% rye. But yeah, I mean, the type of flavors you're going to get here, a lot of rye spice, a lot of baking spices. Getting cinnamon, I'm getting a little bit of sort of caramel, orange peel. Yeah, quite a bit of pepper as well. But what really kicks you in this one is, you know, once you've had a nose, go for a sip and it's all those standard flavors, but it's turned up to 17. It is powerful. Which is kind of the point, right? It's cask strength rye. That's kind of what they're going for. The actual flavors themselves, if I was rating it not at cask strength, I'd probably be rating it quite low. Probably late 2s, early 3s. But because it's cask strength, and for this style of whiskey, that is utterly unique, I'm going to give that 4.2. Should it be cask strength? Well, we're going to talk about the quality of the spirit now. I generally don't think that this style of whiskey is best served at cask strength, and I've got to be honest. When I bought this whiskey over a year ago now, when it first landed on the shelves at the Strath, I thought it was cool. I didn't think it was anywhere near as good as the 20-year-old, and I found myself adding quite a bit of water to it, which kind of negated the fact that, you know, it's being served at cask strength. Or does it? Because the whole point of cask strength in many people's eyes is that you can add water to the whiskey and have ultimate control over what strength you drink it at. It's not necessarily designed to be drunk at cask strength. So with that in mind, I mean, it's a very high quality whiskey. I've always been a fan of Alberta Premium Spirits. I'm going to throw this one a 4.7 for quality. It's very, very good rye. Now the story. So clause in this, I'm time capsuling this to when I bought it, not the events that have happened since, and give you an idea of why I brought this into the Strath in the first place. Alberta Premium has always had a bit of a weird reputation here. A lot of people who are really in the know how good Alberta Premium is, but if you were to ask the average, you know, even the average whiskey drinker, never mind the average person you meet, Alberta Premium's reputation is basically that it's the cheap stuff you buy in a plastic Mickey, and it's usually drunk by people who can't afford anything else, which I think is quite unfair. I mean, the value of the regular Alberta Premium release is absolutely incredible. It's a very, very good whiskey. But the thing with the story of it is that they don't do themselves any favors, Alberta Premium. They've never really tried to market it any other way, as far as I can tell. They don't even have a visitor's centre, for Christ's sake. But yeah, it's very, very, very good spirit. But it can be kind of hard to sell for those who aren't already in the know. So for me, the story on this was only a 3.5. Now the value, yeah, it's good. It was about, I think, if I remember correctly, around $60 or so when I bought it a year ago. Kind of hard to remember, to be honest. It's a while ago now. We've not had it on the shelves for a little while, but I think that's fairly good value. I'm going to score this one a 4.2. Is it, you know, especially for the first bottle, for, you know, the curiosity of trying it, is it worth the same as buying 2.5 regular Alberta Premiums? Yeah, kind of. Probably is. Would you necessarily buy a second bottle instead of buying 2.5 bottles of regular Alberta Premium? I don't know. Depends how much you liked it, I guess. Personally, I don't think I would buy a second bottle of this. I would probably put that money towards getting a second bottle of the 20-year-old instead, or maybe even 2.5 bottles of the regular. But I wouldn't buy a second, but I'm glad I bought the first. That's where I'm at with this. The total, 16.6 points, and would I bring it back to the Strath? Yep, absolutely.